Hey everyone, how's it going? Gamer Geek here, and today I've got another awesome weekly update video for you guys. This past week has been pretty rough, with Mrs. Geek and I having to take a step back from making content for a short while to recover from getting sick. Nevertheless, I put some work into the Flash game when I could to try and get some stuff done. Specifically, I've been trying to make progress with the combat system. I've also been working on preparing the voice audition callbacks, modeling additional characters, ironing out Star Labs more, redesigning and improving the different game modes from Beta 1, as well as planning new ones, and adding additional features to hopefully get the community excited. More on that in a bit. We obviously have a lot to cover, so let's not waste any time and jump right in. As always, check out the time codes in the video description if you want to jump around. Alright, let's get into it. Starting off, let's talk about the combat system. Just a quick recap for any new viewers, the current plan for the combat system is for the Flash to target up to 3 enemies simultaneously, allowing the player to freely attack any of the targets through a series of simple button prompts. The idea is to emphasize mobility and speed, with the player being able to execute combos across multiple enemies in rapid succession. My personal goal, whether or not I can achieve this, is to essentially be a faster paced version of the Arkham games. You mash the buttons faster, you jump from target to target quicker, and you fall through the floor because it turns out you're playing the PC port of Arkham Knight before the patch. So right now, the targeting system only focuses on 1 enemy at a time. Once I get everything working properly, I'll extend it to 2, then eventually 3 enemies, testing everything thoroughly along the way so there aren't any major glitches with targeting multiple characters that go unnoticed. With the targeting partially set up, it's all about integrating it into the game properly and having everything else reference it. With that being said, I've modified a few things. Let's break it down. The first being I added in several animations to string together for a basic combo move. These animations are not meant to be strung together, they don't relate to each other in any way, so they'll be phased out later on for a more cohesive animation sequence further down the line in development. They're just here for me to test things out for the time being. So to execute an attack of any kind, first you have to target a guy. With an actively selected target, pressing the button will automatically move the Flash right up to them to do the first hit of the combo. If you press nothing else, the combo will reset after a second, and pressing the button again only executes the first hit again. If you continue to press the attack button, the Flash will use 3 separate attacks in total. A right hook, a series of mid punches, and a left uppercut in that order, and it works out pretty well so far. The temporary animations, while not perfect, aren't the worst I've seen in a game, so it works out nicely. Once I confirm everything is in good working order and I have the combat system just right, I'll move on to targeting 2 characters at a time, then eventually 3 like I mentioned earlier. We may not be at the finish line with it, but we're getting some good progress with it. The second big change with the combat system is with special abilities. Before targeting, your special abilities like the lightning tornado would just spawn right on top of you, which is fine but not ideal. Now with targeting, you can actually aim them to land on whoever you're fighting. This is good because 1, you won't be wasting precious Speed Force energy spamming abilities that aren't hitting anything, and B, yeah I said B, I'm changing it up. This can open the door for other cool features. Imagine being able to use your special abilities in more creative ways than just to do straight damage. This is entirely conceptual right now, but you could do things like target generators for a lightning throw to power them on for various reasons, target a wall to use a lightning tornado and break it open, something along those lines. This would also be cool as it means only certain characters can access certain things, incentivizing the player to go unlock everything so they can 100% the game. At the moment, your special abilities are tied to the targeting system in a way that requires you to actually have a target in order to use an ability. This can definitely be changed if people want me to change it. I just set it up that way to prevent the player from accidentally firing off an ability at nothing and wasting energy. If you guys don't think that's an issue though, I'll absolutely change it back. Moving forward, let's talk about... Wait, hold up. Why am I shrinking? Hey!
Hello, Gamer Geek Studios. This is Clapper, your other developer. I'm here today to show you what I have myself been developing. I think we all can come to the agreement that the teaser trailer music wasn't the best. But keep in mind, that's when I was just starting to learn how to produce on the computer. I, similar to Geek, have taken the liberty to up my skills in music production. So, at the moment, I currently have a lot of the theme songs done for each character in the game, and have made themes for characters who don't have them in the show. Without further ado, let's start off with a character that we all know and love. Now that was pretty cool. We all can agree that Cisco deserves his own theme, so that is exactly what I did. By drawing inspiration from the movies that he loved in the 80s, I was able to put together what I think his theme would sound like. Next up, the third fastest man alive himself, Wally West. I've always felt like Wally didn't have a really distinctive theme, and that's what I wanted to give him. In this story, Wally is going to have a very important character arc, and I felt as if this theme was the perfect way to establish that. Next up is a character we all hate and love at the same time, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash is such a cool and dark character, and I felt that he needed more of a dark theme. He needed to have a distinctive theme. I thought this was the perfect way of giving him a crisp and clean theme. I do want to mention that some of these themes are not fully completed yet, so if you do not like something, refrain from saying it in the comments, because we are aware. With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. I am now going to show every one of you the script. Heh, just kidding. I would get fired. But the script is coming along very well. Me and Comics are hard at work making this a jaw-dropping, exciting story for all of you. And we only have a few pages written down so far. I'm going to hand the screen back over to Geek, and I hope you all enjoyed my little takeover.
Get out of here, loser. The nerve of that guy, just to come barging in like that. That's the last time I built a Discord robot admin, I'll tell you that much. Moving forward, let's talk about my plans for redesigning the old game modes, starting with catching Reverse Flash. Now that we have combat getting implemented into the game, you're seeing the reason why Reverse Flash has always been my test dummy to hit with stuff. The game mode will no longer be about just catching up to him. I'm planning on having him run from you like before, but you gotta get in close and beat the shit out of him. You don't win this time around unless you put him on his ass, which won't be easy because the Dark Souls in me took over when planning this, so be prepared for a very one-sided fight. Oh, and the time limit isn't going away. You'll only have a certain amount of time to get him before he's out of there. As for the Trickster game, I unfortunately had to lighten up on the difficulty. I guess you could say the game mode was slightly difficult, so I thought about what I could do to make it easier to find the presents. I thought about changing up the mini-map or something, but instead I decided to go with sound cues. Having some kind of radar for the Flash to use that loudly beeps near the bombs could be a decent way to tone the difficulty down without making it too easy. Either that or a more visual cue that directs the player towards the bombs, though that might be hand-holding the player a bit much in my opinion. As for Meta Mystery, this is a difficult one to update. The original concept was that the game mode was open-ended, intended to leave the player with questions as to what happened with the crime scene. There was never a definitive answer in the game mode, as more and more clues would pop up in each beta, leading to a side mission in the full game which would finally reveal the whole story. This only seemed to confuse people though. I was thinking a game mode revolving around CSI Barry, or CSI Flash in that case, would be a good opportunity to introduce some mystery for the community to theorize about and come up to whatever conclusion made sense to them. Well, it didn't do any of that at all. So at the moment, I'm working on redesigning the game mode so there's a more definitive conclusion to the mode without giving away the planned side mission in the final game. It's going to be tough sorting this one out, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. As for the new game modes I'm planning, I'm keeping those a secret until I finalize my concepts for each one. Once I've narrowed down my best concepts for the new game modes, you as the community will again be able to vote on which concepts make it into the beta, so stay tuned for those in the coming weeks. Now, who's excited to hear some of these callbacks? To get a better feel for how each voice fits the characters, the voices have been added to an in-game sequence so you can see what playing the game would be like with each voice actor. So you're going to watch the sequences, really consider every aspect of their voice, the audio quality, the tone, etc., and be prepared to vote within the next few days. Really quickly before I show the sequences, one of our callbacks did drop out at the last minute, meaning I didn't have enough time to get a runner-up. So every character other than Arrow has 3 options for you to vote on. Poor Arrow only has 2. So let's roll the sequences and see what you guys think.
All my life, I've wanted to do more. And the first chance I get to help someone, I screw up. Part of being a hero is being able to see the good in people. There's only one thing I know about life. I know some things happen by chance. And some things happen because we make them happen. Every kid dreams of being a superhero, having powers, saving people. But no kid thinks about what it's like to be a hero and not saving people. Truth is, not much else changes. You still hurt. You still love. You still wish and hope and fear things. And you still need people to help you with all of it. In some ways, that's the best part.
All my life I've wanted to just do more, be more. And now I am. And the first chance I get to help someone, I screw up. Part of being a hero is being able to see the good in people. There's only one thing I know about life. I know some things happen by chance, and some things happen because we make them happen. Every kid dreams of being a superhero, having powers, saving people, but no kid thinks about what it's like to have powers and not saving people. Truth is, not much else changes. You still hurt, you still love, you still wish and hope and fear things, and you still need people to help you with all of it. In some ways, that's the best part.
All my life, I've wanted to do more, and the first chance I get to help someone, I screw up. Part of being a hero is being able to see the good in people. There's only one thing I know about life. I know that some things happen by chance, and some things happen because we make them happen. Every kid dreams about being a superhero, having power, saving people. But no kid thinks about what it's like to be a hero and not saving people. The truth is, not much else changes. You still hurt, you still love, you still wish and hope and fear things. And you still need people to help you with all of it. In some ways, that's the best part.
It was never my intention to kill Nora. I was there to kill Barry. I have been stuck here, marooned here, in this place for 15 long years. And the Flash's speed is the key to returning to my world, to my time. And no one is going to prevent that from happening. Forgive me, but to me, you've been dead for centuries. What I would have given, all those times before I've had you like this. So helpless, but fate's tricky, isn't it? I come here to destroy you, and then to get home, I have to be the one who creates you. But I will say, it's been an education watching you grow up all these years. Science fairs and soccer games. No hint, no sign, no trace of the man you will be one day, for whom I have nothing but hate. And to be clear, nothing is forgiven. There will be a reckoning, I promise you, Barry Allen, and then you will die.
It was never my intention to kill Nora. I was there to kill Barry. I have been stuck here, marooned here in this place for 15 long years. And the Flash's speed is the key to my returning to my world, to my time. And no one is going to prevent that from happening. Forgive me, but to me you've been dead for centuries. What I wouldn't have given all those times before to have had you like this, so helpless. But fate's tricky, isn't it? I come here to destroy you, and then to get home I have to be the one who creates you. But I will say, it's been an education. Watching you grow up all these years, science fairs and soccer games, no hint, no sign, no trace of the man you will be one day, for whom I have nothing but hate. And to be clear, nothing is forgiven. There will be a reckoning. I promise you, Barry Allen. then you will die.
It was never my intention to kill Nora. I was there to kill Barry. Because I have been stuck here, marooned here in this place for 15 long years. And the Flash's speed is the key to my returning to my world, to my time. And no one is going to prevent that from happening. Forgive me, but to me you've been dead for centuries. What I wouldn't have given. Oh, all those times before I've had you like this. So helpless. But fate's tricky, isn't it? I come here to destroy you, and then to get home I have to be the one who creates you. But I will say it's been an education watching you grow up all these years. Science fairs and soccer games, no hint, no sign, no trace of the man you will be one day, for whom I have nothing but hate. And to be clear, nothing is forgiven. There will be a reckoning, I promise you, Barry Allen. Then you will die.
There's a difference, Barry, between having powers and having precision. Guys like us don't get the girl. Barry, the world isn't different because you changed the timeline. Change happens. Tragedy happens. People make choices, and those choices affect everyone else. You're not a god, Barry. You have failed this city.
There's a difference, Barry, between having powers and having precision.
Guys like us don't get the girl. Barry, the world isn't different because you changed the timeline. Change happens, tragedy happens. People make choices, and those choices affect everyone else. You're not a god, Barry.
You have failed this city.
Pretty cool stuff, guys. I highly encourage you give these callbacks 2 or 3 watches just so you're absolutely sure who to vote for. Really quickly, before I wrap up the video, I wanted to talk about a new game feature that will hopefully excite the community. If you remember a while back, I asked if anyone would be interested in a sort of cinematic mode, something similar to the PlayStation 5 Spider-Man photo mode, though not as advanced. There definitely seemed to be an interest for it, so I started working on it behind the scenes to see if I could even figure it out. Admittedly, it's not something I'm used to working on, so a photo mode is entirely foreign to me. Nevertheless, I started figuring it out, and now here we have the beginning of something really cool. You can access the mode by pausing the game and clicking on it in the pause menu. This will unpause the game, changing it to photo mode. You can still move freely just so you can get that perfect shot, but you can't attack anything or use your abilities. Pose yourself wherever and take the picture. There's even a few poses preset in it for you to get a cool action shot. I was thinking, with the implementation of a photo mode, the community should have a photo competition or something in the same way we do the Gamer Meme Challenge. I'd love to see what pictures people get in-game, and it'd be such a cool way for the community to get involved more. Let me know what you think of the new photo mode, and I really hope everyone likes it. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also be sure to join us over on Discord, where community members can contribute to this game, ask questions, and participate in events. I hope to see you there. If you can, consider joining the Patreon. You'll get videos early, and you can even become an NPC in the Flash game. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.